and welcome back. Today I'm just going to be doing a get ready with me using some new items that have come into my collection, some eyeshadows and a few Ipsy products that have, recently come to live with me. I haven't been wearing primer much lately, but I have been finding, and I'm trying to find it here in my collection, I'm not ignoring you. So yeah, I haven't been wearing primer lately. I've just found that I really like the look of my skin and foundation without the primer on. However, because we're wearing masks and everything, I'm also finding that the lower part of my face doesn't hold on to the foundation as well as it does, obviously, when I'm not wearing a mask. So I wanted to I wanted to use this primer today. I've used it before. It's the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. And neither of these items are new. But I was perusing the e.l.f. website yesterday or the day before, and I noticed that they had a brush for their Poreless Putty Primer. And it looked very much like their buffing brush, which they already have. I didn't buy the Poreless Primer brush. I was good. I didn't buy anything. Yay me. But anyway, I did see this brush similar to this. And I'm assuming it's going to be more like a buffing brush because in order to be in the putty, you would want it to be a little bit more dense. So if you do end up picking up that buffing brush or that primer brush, let me know if you have a comparison to it to a buffing brush or that sort of thing, because I'd be curious to know kind of the difference between that and something like a buffing brush. Because I'm curious to try out, because I always just use my fingers with this, so I'm curious to try these out together now. And so I'm going to use primer, even though I'm not going anywhere today and I don't normally wear primer anymore. I have it and I'm curious, so let's hope it doesn't kill the cat. Okay, so let's see. How well does it go in? I don't want to pick a ton up. Okay. Okay. It's a pleasant experience. I think I like it better than using my fingers in it. I feel like it's applying a little bit more evenly. And it feels nice. It's got a nice coolness to it that I don't think I really paid much attention to when I just used my fingers. Make sure we get it, the area of the mask, like right around here and here. Yeah, my nose, pretty much the entire lower part of my face. Everybody knows. Okay, I liked that experience. It wasn't awful. I would do that again. Oh no, I forgot this. Oh my goodness. Half the stuff that I was going to use on it, trying new products, I completely forgot. And this is not going to work right now because it is the Glow Recipe Banana Souffle Moisture Cream. I was going to put this on underneath my foundation and primer. This smells so good. It smells like a banana popsicle, but not super strong. I've never used anything from Glow Recipe and I've wanted to try some things, so I'm excited to try this. I just forgot. I really do need to leave notes for myself just so that I don't forget things, because this is not out of the norm. So anyway, a new product that I have. I got this a few weeks ago. I've only used it once because I was trying to finish up some other products or powders, but this is the Marcelle Flawless Extreme Last Universal Press Powder in Translucent. It's just like this white powder here, and then it does have a mirror here. I think it had a puff that came with it. Did it fall out? Or maybe I took it out. I don't know. But we're going to use this. And I am going to remember. Sometimes I remember things. Not always, but sometimes. I got this brush also in Ipsy. It is like a tapered face brush, so I feel I can use this for a lot today. So we're going to start with like the more flesh tone colors and then move our way up to a blush kind of thing. So this is the A Perfect 10 or A Perfect 10 MOTD brush, Makeup of the Day brush. I'm not sure. It doesn't have a number, but it's very soft and fluffy and I'm excited to use this. Usually I use something more like this. My daughter is moving around. I don't know what she's doing. Usually I use something more like this. It's a bit more fluffy as opposed to tapered, but this we will use today. So, and we'll use the mirror too. And And if you are new here, hello, my name is Leah. I am a powder fiend. I don't like a tacky finish on my face. Not that this foundation is actually really good. It doesn't feel tacky at all, but you know, creature of habit, and I just powder and powder away, and then we use setting powder at the end to take away the powdering. And I'm okay with that. I really am. Okay, contour. I'm just going to use the contour powder in this CoverFX palette here. This is part of my Shop My Stash for the week. I wouldn't say this is my ideal contour brush. This would be better, I think, for more of a bronzer, just because I can't really get into the hollow of my cheek that well. And I like to have more of a defined contour and then more of a blown out bronzer. But, I mean, it works as a multi-purpose brush if you would like to use it as contour. Or if you bronze tour, although I do really hate that term. If you use bronzer as a contour, this might be up your alley too, because, yeah, there we go. And then, what's next? Bronzer. I'm just going to use this Too Faced Pineapple Paradise Strobing Bronzer. It's a split pan with a highlighter and a bronzer. I hate the split pan, and I'm not sure if I like the bronzer. It's very light. It doesn't really show up on my skin at all. Not that you're going to be able to tell that well because I have foundation on. But yeah, that's the bronzer there. So, I mean, it's got a nice sheen to it. I just find it's very light. And my tan has faded quite a bit from the summer, so this doesn't do much for me. So this might be when I pass on to someone else, because it's pretty. It smells nice. The highlighter is really pretty. And that's the thing, like the highlighter works fine for me, but the bronzer is a bit light. And I don't like the split pan. But it's really cute packaging. You got a cute little pineapple with sunglasses right here, right? So, pros and cons. Now, I'm not sure how well this brush will work in the next products. I'm using the Anastasia Blush Trio in Pool Party. And they're not split pans, but they are 3 pans in this individual palette. And I am going to go in with the shade Cash, just because the most neutrally colored. The other ones are very cool toned, so. Again, I should be using the bigger palette because this isn't doing much in the way of being able to see how it's blending. Will I learn? I don't know. And let's blend that out. Another new product that I wanted to try, I got this in Ipsy. This is from Kokie. It's the Heavenly, it's the Soft Glow Highlighter, and this is in the shade Heavenly. It looks so pretty. That's what it looks like. Just like heavy swat. Heavy on the finger. I just find it looks so pretty. It looks like metal when you do that. This does not have a mirror in it, so we are going to get my mirror from here. And we're going to use this and just see how it works, because why not? We might have a highlighter all over our face, but did I mention I got this in Ipsy, and it's a full-size item, which is nice. And Kokie is not easily accessible here in Canada. I don't even know if I can order it online and get it brought in, but I do like getting it in Ipsy. And the sad thing is, I do like all the products and would like to repurchase some of them, so I might have to look into that. Or Kokie, how about you come and sell your stuff at Shoppers Drug Mart or Rexall, or yeah, any of those places in Canada. Okay, I'm just going to do my brows next. I'm going to go off camera and do those, and then we will come back with my favorite things that I have been waiting for the last, like, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, like 5 days to use for you people. I literally have not dug into it and used it. I swatched them, but I have not put them on my eyes, these pretty eyeshadows that I have, that I was so looking forward to getting. I wanted to share the experience with you guys. So I will do my brows and then come back and we will get to the piece de resistance, the eyeshadows, at least for me. Okay, so yay, I do have a couple of new eyeshadow, I wouldn't say palettes, because one's a palette and the other is a bunch of single shadows that I picked up. So I got this Morphe palette. I know Morphe is kind of like, you know, taboo a little bit, but I haven't gotten anything in a while from them. This is the 35C, and I just loved the look of this palette. I loved all the shades in it. It's more very much cool tone, with some purples and pinks and those sort of shades, so I picked this up. The other palette that I have here is, well, it's not a palette. The other shadows I have in this eyeshadow palette. This is a magnetic one that I just got off of Amazon. If you're curious, it does have a mirror in it, and they're the Looxi shadows, and they're not all of them. They're from here, these two here, this row, and this row, and they were a really good deal. They're on sale, and they've been for a while at $3 a piece, so I couldn't pass it up. They are all shimmers. I believe most of them are duochromes. Some of them might be multi-chromes, and the reason why I got these and was looking into this is because I'm always very intrigued by the Pat McGrath palettes, but I'm never really excited about the mattes or just the regular shimmers, because I'm like, plenty of companies can do them well, and I feel you pay a lot for her name. But you know, she's got some multi-chromes, trichromes, that sort of thing, and some of her palettes and there's usually only one or two shades that I want to pick up. So I'm like, you know what, I was on the Looxi website. These were very affordable. Again, $3 each, US dollars, and they're beautiful. And I'm like, I think this is going to fill that kind of multi-chrome and multi-dimensional kind of craving that I get when I see the Pat McGrath shadows, and just kind of fill that void in my collection. Let's see what we're gonna do. Okay, so I'm going to keep it fairly easy, and I'm going to use this shade, the purpley one that I had out called Painted Lady. I'm going to use that on my lids, pretty much. And then I'll use Baby's Breath in my inner corner, and then I'm just going to go through, I'm not going to hold that up with it because that's just a disaster waiting to happen. Okay, let's see, what shades do we have here? And then I'm going to use the shade Playtime in my crease. And I'm going to use Getting Ready as well. And I think I'm going to use Love It because they're all matte shades. So I'm going to use those to make a look and see how these all work. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this brush. I'm just going to use the Revolution Supersize Conceal and Define on my eyes. Normally I would use this Annabelle Potted Concealer too. It's very similar to a MAC paint pot, especially the one in soft ochre, but because I have nails on today, it's just easier to use this because I can just put this on my eyes and then use this to blend it out. And then I am going to use that shade, I forget what one it was called again. I'm going to use the shade Love It and just set my eyeshadow primer with it. And we're going to use multiple palettes because we need a mirror too. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a crease shade on, no, a transition shade. So I'm going to use this. This is the AOA Studio E127 brush, and I'm just going to go in with that other shade. What was it called? Getting Ready. Fitting name. Ooh, I like this shade. This is a pretty transition color. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with that darker purple shade. What was that called again? That one is the shade Playtime. I'm just going to put that in the crease. I do have this new brush here. It's a double-ended one from Sephora. It's a 205 shadow and crease brush. And I'm going to use the crease side for my crease. Oh, this is a nice brush. Feels very nice in the eyes, and it's nice and small. Now I'm going to go in with the shade here, this really pretty one called Painted Lady. I'm going to use the shadow side from this brush. And we're going to see how it works with just the brush. I'm not sure if you can see how it picked it up. This brush did pick up quite a bit. It's not firmly packed in the pan, so I don't think you necessarily need to use your finger. And let's see what, oh my goodness, look at that. Can you see that? Do I need to zoom in? I'm going to zoom in. Can you see that? I have to, like, I just literally stopped and zoomed in so you could see. Oh, that is so pretty. Okay, that's not wetting it. That's with like a fluffier shadow brush. That's not with a flat brush. That's not with a finger. That is what I'm talking about for shadows, people. That's what I want when I put a beautiful shadow on my eye. Ooh, yes. I don't want to have to work with it. I don't want to have to use my finger. I don't want to have to wet it. I mean, I will if I have to, but that's a $3 shadow. $3 USD. So I mean, it's a little bit more expensive Canadian. Yes. So pretty. I'm just building it up just to build it up. I don't need to. Okay, moving on to the other side. Ho ho ho! Let's see. Let's do this again. Oh! So easy, so pretty. That's what I like in a shadow. Okay, so now I'm going to just use this brush. Wait, brush is away, no problem. Whatever I used on here before smelled really good. Anyway, okay, I'm just going to go in my inner corner with that one shade. I think it was called Baby Breath, if I can find my little inner corner brush. Oh, there are you. Here you are. Oh, you are perfect to go in there. You don't look like much in the pan. This one right here. Doesn't necessarily look like much in the pan. But when you put that on the eye, oh yeah, it's got that perfect purpley pink iridescent color going on. Oh, these were worth the wait to try. It didn't take that long to come in at all. Leah likes a lot. Okay, where am I? I need to finish the under eyes part. Okay, what am I gonna do? Okay, there's a shade here called My Pleasure. It's just this dark shade right here. I'm just gonna use that on my under eye just to finish it off. And then I'll go in with that purple that I was using, Playtime I think is what it was called. So I'll use that afterwards to just blend it out a bit. So for mascara, I'm going to use the CoverGirl Lash Blast Amplifying Primer. This is not new, but I'm going to use the Maybelline Lash Sensational Luscious Waterproof. I've used this once or twice. I like how it looks on my eyes, but I'm pretty sure this flakes into my eyes like really bad. Like by the end of the day, I'm dying to get this off because something is flaking. And if I remember correctly, it happened when I wore this particular mascara. I think I bought a couple of new ones, so I'll have to pay attention today to see if that was a culprit or not. Okay, so the last thing that I have that I almost forgot about is from Jewel Smith Beauty, and it's this lip product. I think it's a liquid lipstick. It's in the shade Namaste All Day. It doesn't say on the bottle what it is, but I did get this from Ipsy. So, open it up. Ooh. It's making a lovely sound. Oh, we didn't get all the plastic off. Get off. There we go. Okay, I think it's a liquid lipstick. Looking from how kind of runny it is. So hopefully this doesn't clash with what I have going on my lips, or on my eyes. Look at those eyes. I love the shadow. Oh my goodness. It's so pretty. Let's not ruin it with this lipstick though. This time of year, I don't know that I would pair this lip color with this eye look. Oh, did I get on my nose? But it's nice. It's not sticky at all. It's kind of creamy, a little bit. So far, I'm enjoying this. I don't mind the color. I just don't know if I like it with this eye look, so I'll probably just like darken it up with another lipstick later, but I don't have anything down here with me right now. But yeah, quick recap before my battery dies on me. I really like a lot of what I used. The brushes were like top notch, loved it. I think the standout for me obviously is those eyeshadows. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see more with those eyeshadows. I can, you know, take a page from that girl Shay and do some eye swatches on them, because I feel like the arm swatches really weren't cutting it, and to see them on the eyes, like, yeah, that's just, I am just in love. Even the Morphe palette, I really like the mattes that I used. They worked really nicely. But yeah, those Looxi shadows, oh my goodness. I feel like I'm very vain right now looking at myself, but I'm looking at literally the color on my eyes and like the different colors that it's turning and just in the light. And I'm just like, oh wow. Yeah. Let's cover up my lipstick because I don't like the look of it with it. We'll change that later. But yeah, I liked everything I used. There were no duds in that bunch there. So, you know, good on Ipsy for what they sent me, and good on me for what I picked out from Looxi. And I really do like that Morphe palette. Again, I haven't really given a huge use at all. I've only used a few matte shades in it, but I'm excited to try it out a little bit more as well. Liquid lipstick feels like there's nothing on my lips, but it's starting to get dry. Like, it feels like my lips are kind of going a little bit. The only thing I wish I had used was this, but that's okay. It's a moisturizer. Everything else was really nice. I will also leave in the description box below an update on how the shadows did throughout the day. You know, if I felt like they held on with just the concealer as a primer, or if they creased a lot, or, you know, my experiences with it. I'll kind of leave that down below. And that is everything for this Get Ready With Me. I hope you are all doing well. Let me know in the comments below if you've used any of these products. Have you tried Looxi shadows before? Have you tried that Morphe palette? And what about Ipsy? Did you get any of these in your Ipsy bag? I love Ipsy for getting brushes and highlighters. I never would have thought myself for a highlighter junkie, but yes, here we are living the dream with a drawer full of highlighters, and a good chunk of them have come from Ipsy. So thank you, Ipsy. This is in no way sponsored at all. I have paid for everything with my own money, and yeah. That's about all for now. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.